Welcome back viewers. This is Politics Today. Hapa tunachapa siasa. By the way, feel free to chapa siasa with us on 0111980384. And today we are with Wanjang Eve on the SLI, Sign Language Interpretation. We are with a guest. Should I shake your hands again? COVID ilisha.
Why not?
Dr. Juliet Kimemia.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Good evening, actually.
Okay.
Yes.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah. Welcome back. Now, Dr. Juliet Kimemia, you started by telling us a few things about yourself. You've not mentioned to us the other things that you do. But before you do that, hapa tunachapa siasa. AUC, Raila losing. Implications? What's your opinion?
First of all, I was very saddened by the loss because I am one big supporter of Raila Odinga.
Oh, so we were
from 2017 2022 nilikuwa mtu wake wa Kiambu.
Correct.
Azimio. So and I was very confident that he will get, because I also belong to like a small group of patriotic Raila Odinga supporters called FOBA, Friends of Baba in Africa. So I'm a member of FOBA Kenya.
All right.
And it's just a small group of very serious people who are determined to see that we clinch the new chairmanship. But last week on Monday, we had prayers for Baba at Bomas. I was there. And he spoke confidently that he's going for it, body, mind, and soul, and he will accept any outcome. Nakipata ni sawa, asipopata ni sawa. So at least he went with we had built that concurrence that
right.
If he doesn't get, we will accept, and we will thank God for that far that God has continued to take care of Raila Odinga. So personally, that loss made me sad, but tumekubali and everything right. happens for the good, and mi naona Mungu ako na mpango mzuri. A better plan for us is Raila's supporters.
Right.
Yeah, so that is where I am as far as
what was the mood like prior? What was the mood like? Were you feeling like
I was very confident that he's clinching it? Just the way I was very confident in 2022. In fact, after we lost in 2022, nilienda mahali nikakaa 1 month bila kuchukua simu ya mtu.
Right.
I was so confident. So the same confidence, and I'll continue being very confident in Raila Odinga because he's a statesman and he personally inspires me.
What do you think happened? What do you think happened in Addis Ababa? Because you've spoken of FOBA. There's something on the social media, Addis Ababa. I don't know if you've seen that. What happened? Is it that we overpossessed Addis Ababa? Or what happened? I mean, really. Was it really okay for us to take almost all our government there? Actually, literally Kenya, the whole of Kenya was there. Parliament was there. The whole, almost all our legislators were there. Was it a right move?
Annoying is an understatement. That whole delegation, because I saw photos and I saw them in Addis, was extremely annoying. Our leaders did behave well from even what the complaints that came from those who were in Addis Ababa.
Yeah.
And it dented Kenya's image. So probably maybe those who had voted earlier in the first round for Raila uh, changed their mind along the way because of the nuisance that our Kenyan delegation was. Otherwise, Raila had done his work. He has done his diplomacy well,
Right.
and he didn't need that whole delegation to go and make noise there. And most of them were from the Kenya Kwanza side, who in the last 2 years spoke so many bad words about Raila. So this sudden change of heart is not genuine. So they were really those unwanted supporters. I didn't have a problem with our ODM or Azimio supporters in Addis, but the Kenya Kwanza ones are not genuine. The president was very genuine, and I can feel the loss. I can feel the loss with William Ruto. The others, I don't trust them. I do not trust them. They could have compromised.
This was too
They,
loud for diplomacy.
Yes, they made a lot of noise. They caused traffic jam. They came and took hotels that were, could have accommodated goodwill delegations from other parts of the country that would have helped us. So it was very unnecessary to have such a huge delegation in Addis.
All right.
It was not strategic at all.
You're saying many of those members came from Kenya Kwanza.
Yes, many of them are from Kenya Kwanza.
Are they the majority now in parliament?
According
What
to
was the ruling?
According to the ruling,
Right.
our coalition called Azimio
Right.
is the majority party. And I was very happy with Akina Junet and Akina Mili and Akina Mbaye, Akina the senator for Kitui, when they went and sat in the rightful side of the house.
Right.
But I read in the newspaper that the speaker ruled otherwise. And I've even read that today there are those Kenya Kwanza MPs
Right.
that have gone to appeal that judgment,
Right.
that Azimio is a majority. So I think there's a stalemate in our bunge, and it seems to be favoring us, the Azimio side. So I'm happy with that statement. I'm selfishly happy.
All right.
Yes.
Are we now seeing some effects of post Addis Ababa? I mean, are you seeing Azimio holding on? I mean, there is a purging of committees right now. What's your opinion on that? Is it really right what's happening?
I can look at it from two angles. The chairman of the committees that have been affected by the new changes, most of them are aligned to the former deputy president. Most of them voted no for the impeachment, and most of them have been replaced by Azimio, either senators or members of parliament.
Right.
So I see a backlash on the supporters of the deputy president, and I also see Azimio
Right.
really getting what was rightfully ours from the word go. From the word go. Since Azimio is a majority party or the majority coalition, we are those who are supposed to have occupied those positions. So I am extremely unapologetic. It is so sad that it is the Morema people who have been hit now from Mulima, but I think my political standing goes beyond regional politics.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What are you seeing coming up for Raila?
I'm seeing by my Baba. You know, Baba was my presidential candidate.
Right.
So I'm seeing him gathering momentum
You see,
as the next big thing. So
right.
I don't mind even if he'll be in the ballot in 2027. I don't mind.
All right.
But currently, what I am seeing, the purges in the committees, the replacement of Molima people by Azimio people, by Raila people.
So really,
I'm seeing Baba getting the power that is truly his.
going back
So
to prime minister.
to me, I don't know, but whether he gets prime minister or not, as long as he has half the government,
Right.
and now he is going to have half the leadership of the committees in the two in the bicameral house.
Right.
To me, it is music.
Okay, you are.
But I don't feel sorry for Kenya Kwanza people. They really mistreated us.
But then,
Azimio people. Hata kama mimi ni wa Mlima.
but
I
then,
don't feel sorry.
but then when you are talking about Kenya Kwanza and Azimio, I'm seeing there is a big Azimio, and then there is the party UDA. What happens in case
Azimio
UDA?
or Kenya Kwanza?
No, what happens in case ODM merges with UDA?
I
What
don't.
happens to the rest
I
of
do
the
not
Azimio
think.
members?
I do not think ODM has any intention of merging with UDA.
You don't see that.
No. ODM is currently the strongest party. So my considered opinion and what I would hope is that ODM takes even over the leadership of the country as a party. It is the only party that has been tried, tested, and survived.
But come on, UDA is the ruling party.
Right now, we cannot say there's a ruling party because we have a broad-based government that has everybody from every party. And now with the committees going again to ODM, we only have the president and deputy president from UDA. But the issue of UDA being the ruling party, it is debatable. Depends on how you are looking at it.
Are you also waiting for an announcement from some quarters for a new party?
The one that the former deputy president
You
talked
heard of
about.
the word Wamunyoro? Now that
Yes,
you'll be running in Kiambu?
I even saw Akina Junet when they were told to go back to their minority side. I saw them saying that they are going to go to Wamunyoro. Wamunyoro seems to be a new destination. There are people who are making pilgrimages there.
Yeah.
But me, since I belong to Kanu, chama ya mama na baba, my prayer is that one day all of them will come back to Kanu. Instead of Wamunyoro going to register another party or UDA joining with ODM, si warudi tu nyumbani kwa mama na baba, tutawakaribisha wakuja wasimame na Kanu, all of them. It's possible. After all, Kanu is the one that made them.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
From Raila Odinga to William Ruto to Uhuru Kenyatta, Wamunyoro huyu former deputy president was Moi's closest. In fact, the training of Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua and Raila Odinga is squarely inside Kanu.
Certainly, you've done quite a lot in women leadership.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine beyond Kiambu. I've
Yes.
met you in other forums beyond Kiambu. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've just mentioned of how you've led the caucus of, is it women? CECs.
Road CECs
yes.
in the whole country.
Yes. Moving into 2027, mm-hmm. Are you seeing more women coming into that space, or are you seeing any gains that have been made? Are you seeing us going back? Are you seeing like it's going to be better in 2027? And having said that, you are qualified. You are a doctor. People are getting arrested now for forged what?
Certificates.
Forged qualifications.
Yeah, I
I
saw
mean,
it. I saw it in
yes.
2022.
I mean,
People using fake certificates.
honestly, is it really true that people use fake certificates?
Yeah, there were so many people who were in court,
Right,
and people faking that they have degrees from some strange universities, which and somebody cannot even produce somebody they went to school with.
right,
So it is a crisis that has been there for the people who are in our bunges
right,
who don't have degrees. They have been pushing
right.
for that constitutional requirement to be removed. And I think they succeeded. I'm
Okay,
not sure. The requirement for a governor to have a degree. The one for members of parliament, uh, they sat in Bunge
right,
because they were not supposed to. IBC was not supposed to clear somebody who does not have a degree for for running as a member of parliament.
right,
Then they did a constitutional amendment. They put uh, they capped the requirement to 2022 elections.
right,
Then I think 2021, 2020, during COVID, they realized not many of them have the degrees. So I think they proceeded again to amend that requirement that
right,
that somebody must have a degree, and they also combined it with the one for governor to justify that a degree is not necessary. So there is, I read somewhere, I don't have the facts,
yeah,
but instead of our legislators being progressive
right,
and respecting the power of going to class,
right,
they want that requirement to be completely removed for very selfish
right,
reasons. Because many of them have degrees. In fact, I think almost 80% of MPs
right.
have degrees. Many have even PhDs. We even have professors.
Honorary,
No, no, proper acquired academic qualifications. Of course, there are those who have emerged with honor, like the latest one of Dr. Engineer Sudi.
okay,
So it is very frustrating for even the young people to see the issue of academic qualification being trashed by the honorable members who are elected in parliament.
okay. The
It should
president,
be a requirement. People should.
right,
We have a policy that
right.
allows people to go back to school. So instead of them removing that qualification,
Mm.
they should go to school and get degrees.
Okay. The president, while in northern Kenya, uh, retorted and said, si mimi niko na PhD. Sasa hao masomo kidogo kidogo. I mean, are you also of the opinion that masomo kidogo kidogo?
Yes, of course. You know,
I mean,
the president has a genuine PhD like mine. He
right.
struggled to get it. So people should not.
But honestly, having been there, having already been there, and I know you're going there again, um, does there's always been the argument of, do papers really help? People believe they are born leaders, inside of them. They
No, they
can do
do.
this.
They do. Because if you look at policy documents, No, actually, this is the education policy, this is the TVET policy, this is the gender policy that really govern how government works.
Yes.
They require somebody who has gone to school, somebody who can be able to sit down and craft a policy
Right.
without necessarily going to hire a consultant. Because if you haven't gone to school,
right,
you cannot be able to. There's some skills that you can only gain, and knowledge and even the right attitude. You can only gain when you have gone to the university. So it is a very, very important requirement that should be respected. And for sure, the president has a PhD, so he knows what he's doing. In fact, it has been said that a lot of the blunders that are happening is because of people who haven't gone to school taking decisions or taking charge of some very critical decisions.
Okay.
So people must respect that. Mkubwa akona PhD.
Did you see a lot of misbehavior in the county parliament? When
like the county assembly?
Yes.
The county assemblies, by the way, has very educated MCAs.
Right.
In fact, most of them, they are lawyers, they're even medical doctors.
Okay.
Former teachers, astute businessmen. In fact, MCs are very intelligent.
Okay.
Very, very intelligent. So the only problem comes in if now they don't have an intelligent governor. Or you have a governor who has gone to school but does not have the social skills. You know?
Right.
So for leadership to be really prudent, there is need for going to school and being socially adaptable, so that you can have relations with people,
Right.
and therefore development will be people focused.
Did you just mention to me at some point that you also sit at the Chamber of Commerce?
Yes, I do. That's what I am currently doing.
Right.
I'm the sector lead for trade and investments for the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Kiambu.
In
And
Kiambu.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
and what I'm doing is supporting the board in terms of mobilizing the private sector, because the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry is a private sector umbrella body.
Right.
So we sit with businessmen in Kabete. We look at the investment opportunities there.
Right.
We mobilize resources. If there's a foreign investor that is interested in what is available there, we are linking them at the chamber, and slowly we can see a lot of organizing at community level. Right. Between the community, the private sector, the civil society organizations, for purposes of really having societies that are economically empowered.
In that case, let me pose this question to you. Mm-hmm. What do you think is ailing the Kenyan economy at the moment?
A disempowered private sector. This is one of the biggest cause of our economy not doing well. And why the private sector is disempowered currently is because of pending bills. Government has taken a lot of money from the business people, given them contracts. The contracts have been delivered. The supplies have been delivered. They have been consumed by the government, and the government has failed to pay them from 2013. So if you look at the auditor's report on pending bills, the last I checked, it is over 600 billion that the government owes the members of the public. The government owes 600 billion plus to the businessmen, to the private sector. Can you imagine if that money was released today? The economy would flourish.
Right.
Every business that is owed 4 million, 5 million, 10 million will employ another 10, 5. The business will start thriving. So that's what I would really urge the government to prioritize. Payment of those pending bills.
In your opinion, why is it the government releasing the money for the pending bills?
I don't like talking about that topic because every time, like now, I think this week, the next 2 weeks, every government, county government, and also the national government, the parastatals, they are doing public participation on the county fiscal strategy papers. Fiscal strategy means the paper that guides the spending. But you look at all the counties, because every county, we look at the auditor's report, you will see this county owes 800 million, Kiambu owes 5 billion to Kiambu people, and Nairobi, I think, owes several billions to people.
Right.
But now, as they discuss the county fiscal strategy paper, you will not see a mention of priority will be given to pay pending bills. So
Okay.
it is a human, deliberate, and also a national government. I don't know whether it is systemic or not issue. And I wish the president can just sit one day and decide that all pending bills are paid.
Right.
This economy will bounce back. So if you look at today's newspaper, the money in circulation,
right,
is there's a shortfall of 10 billion.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. So you can imagine,
Is it that
on daily basis,
right,
everybody is operating with that shortfall. So there is no money circulating. Right now, it is this hour we can decide after this show. We go and have a cup of tea.
Right.
A cup of tea at
I wish
the nearest
that happens.
at the nearest
Right.
good hotel safari park
Yes.
is 1,000 shillings for the two of us. Can
Right.
you afford to buy me a cup of tea at safari park?
You can
At
afford.
the moment?
You can
No,
afford.
I've asked you. You can't. I can't.
No.
I can't afford by them.
Right. Right.
Because that 1,000, if I have it, I will go to the supermarket. I will buy 3 buckets of milk. I'll buy bread. I'll buy sugar. I'll buy, that will be consumed by my family.
Right.
But if there was money in circulation and my business is doing well, that would not be a big deal for us to go and have a cup of tea and spend 1,000. But right now, nobody can spend that amount of money. So you go to Safari Park, there are no customers who are buying that tea. If you go to the next Nyamachoma place at Kasogade,
Windsor is very near here.
Windsor is near here. Ask them what is the flow of customers. They will tell you. The last time we get money from conferences, the last time we had a conference here was in 2022 that brought us some money. Ask them about the uptake of their rooms. They will tell you uptake is below 5%. So are they making money? No. So, and it is because of this money that is not in circulation. This shortfall of 10 billion.
What keeps that money from? Is it that somebody or some few people are holding the money? Where probably, is the 10 billion? What keeps it from circulating?
Like I have said, failure to pay pending bills. That one has costed the economy immensely. Right. And it has a direct effect on the money in circulation. Right. If it was paid, money would be in circulation. Because somebody who has been planning to construct his own house will start constructing, and therefore an architect will get money. The hardware will get money because they will get a customer. watu wa mkono watapata kazi.
Afford-
So
but-
kila mtu, everybody will get a small share
Okay.
from that particular project. If it is,
You don't believe in the affordable housing that are being built? That's not putting money in circulation. You've just explained.
No, affordable housing is a government project.
Okay.
And program, and it is happening.
Right.
It is budgeted for.
Right.
I think in the last budget it was given like 40 or 50 billion, but there was no money that was given to pay pending bills.
Okay.
So affordable housing, it is continuing and is spending. So anybody who is involved there in the implementation,
right,
is going home with something.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that one is already an economy in itself that is probably helping.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you really are pushing for the pending bills.
Pending bills, yes. If pending bills are paid, our economy will recover.
Right.
That is the bottom line.
You don't think it's even the taxation?
You know, the people who are taxed are 5%. Is it 5% of the population?
Right.
Very little. I mean, well, maybe you are employed here, you are taxed. Me, right now, I'm not per se employed. So right. I'm not paying income tax or all those taxations. I'm not paying.
Right.
Yeah, so the 1 million people who are employed compared to the 16 million that are self-employed or trying to do their business, the 1 million are the only ones who are taxed. So to me, overtaxation only affects a small population, a small component of the population. What I would like is to see the local economy is thriving, people paid for the monies they have spent in doing contracts for government.
Right.
And the finance bills of the counties just being responsive to the people's needs. There
you go, Dr. Juliet. Yeah. I hear you focusing on entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Really, you're qualified.
That's what I have studied. My PhD is on entrepreneurship. Right. So I know what works.
Right there at Kiambu, you are CEC trained.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything you can point out you did when you're there? As we wind up.
I did everything that the minister
because I know you're going back
is supposed to.
Yeah, because I know you're going back to ask them for votes for the governor.
I oversaw the construction of all the big markets and the Kenya Urban Support Program and also the Nairobi Metropolitan Improvement Program. We also did like 32 small markets.
Okay.
Yeah. Did a lot of roads for just enabling movements of goods and people and services. You know, Kiambu is becoming urbanized at an alarming rate. So
right.
We did a lot of programs under the Kenya Urban Support Program and also the county programs themselves.
Well said.
Yes.
Dr. Juliet, thank you so much. Thank you. Feel free to share your views. We have been with Dr. Juliet Kimemia. Feel free to share with us 0311980384. Give us your comments and we will be happy to hear what you say. This has been Politics Today. My name is Jonas Simba. Our sign language interpreter has been Wanjang Ebe. See you next week. Bye-bye.